Hi and welcome back to More Than a Story, your D&D podcast for hags and handkerchiefs. I'm your DM Joe, joined by
Sam, playing Guion Bowden.
Dan, playing Griffin Minotia.
And Lewis, playing Torsten Farringray.
I think I'll jump back into a recap straight for the beginning of this episode. Last time we had a dastardly fight with the Corvid brothers in the bottom of the Undercity of Voltris. We unfortunately did have one party member die in the battle, but he was swiftly revived by the Lady Goldenwing in her laboratory. This has shook the party to its very core and has introduced a few trials in people's mentalities. But we also, at the end of last episode, leveled up. So people, what is everybody's new health total?
Let's go.
I won't give anything else away, but what's everybody's health total at?
36.
Oof. How do you get
Also, 36.
Let's
How?
go.
How? You guys can count higher than I can.
D10 to OP.
I
Yeah.
can only count to 4.
I mean, 26. Not bad.
Solid.
Could be less.
So you all take 30,
Hey.
34 and 26 damage respectively. That is where we will jump back into it. You are currently on the deck of the Heart of the Dragon, which is the airship of the Order of the Fallen Wing, after just reintroducing yourself to the captain or the commander of the Order of the Fallen Wing, who has allowed you passage further north on their vessel. Also warning you that you might be stopping somewhere along the way to deal with a black dragon, but he has offered you a spectator seat for that particular event, if you so wish. You are currently on the deck of the lower deck after leaving his quarters, and there are people milling around all sorts of places. You can go wherever you want. This is a free world, open world sandbox MMORPG. Roleplay among yourselves.
Sure it is. There's no
Wait, is it Isekai? What?
Don't bring the van into this. I'll do it. Hit by a wagon. He's a kind into another world.
Well.
Yeah. Have we managed to go? I remember last episode we finished off. We were going for shopping. Have we managed to do Zed shopping?
You are currently on the deck of the airship, so you haven't made it to any shops as of yet. But you're welcome to split the party, as that was your current aim.
No, we're not in flight right now.
You're not in flight. Your
Jump!
flight. They've told you to be back. He told you to be back at the docks for midnight, so that they could be on the final boat for departing.
Cool.
That's when they'll be there to pick you up, and not all of the cargo. That's when they'll be done.
Cool.
Alright, cool. I mean, Torsten's probably just going to go out and start grabbing hold of some warm weather gear.
Cool.
I think that's his main plan here.
Do I need warm weather gear, Joe?
You will definitely need warm weather gear because
My oil log.
Your material won't freeze, but being more brittle, might be an issue at higher temperatures. You're not immune to cold damage, so yeah, you will definitely need some cold weather gear.
I will join Torsten to the cold weather gear first.
Okay, and Guion?
Guion is going to head off elsewhere. I think he's too stubborn for cold weather gear. He's going to go instead look for books and religious texts on Tiamat and death and resurrection, these things.
Okay.
Tiamat, of course.
You've catch one of the boats back out to one of the smaller airships from the Heart of the Dragon back to the main shore of Voltris. The dock is littered with people moving around. It's the busiest part of the day, currently around 12 o'clock-ish. So there are lots of traders, as well as the Feathered Guard knocking around, and the Order of the Fallen Wing, of course, loading their last supplies. You see what looks like a large selection of heavy, wicked-looking harpoons, steel-bolted harpoons, being loaded onto the boats.
Okay.
Who would like to go first? Do you want to do Guion, or do we want to do Groford and Torsten? Torsten, you also mentioned that you wanted to get your armor repaired after the battle
Yes.
with the flesh amalgam.
Yeah, the flesh amalgam has severely damaged my particular armor, and I'm not a fan of it. So I
No.
thought, yeah,
That's fair enough.
get a couple of the chain links repaired would be good.
Shall I do that thing that we do in Dungeons and Dragons and roll to see who goes first?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, go for it.
Rolling.
I can do. Which dice shall I use?
I think that's the way like world of English should be chosen. Just
Groford. You are currently the subject of the camera as it pans into the city, cinematically. Whoa, through the streets. It follows a butterfly as it flaps across the street, and then it alights, and then is crushed by one of your cogs on your shoulder.
oh my
It
God.
happens.
I maybe don't notice it.
No.
I just keep walking then. An
So you're making
unbeknownst
your way
murderer.
for cold weather gear. You would think that probably your best bet for cold weather gear is the climbing shop that you went to get your supplies for the white spike.
Okay, lovely. I'm gonna go there, and also I'm specifically looking for I want cold weather gear
Mhm.
that can accommodate having a dog. In it. When they sit in where your front is, where the head is. Just
So you want
looking
something
out the top.
baggy enough, but warm enough to snuggle a dog in. Okay.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a nightmare,
have
by
some
the
sort
way,
of
trying to-
sling.
Yeah. Okay. I had forgotten to consider the aspect of a dog.
Oh yeah, we haven't
Why
we
you've
haven't
done this
broached
to me.
that idea with
No.
the captain either.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. They
I
seem
don't see any issue.
they're such a loosey goosey, just sort of do it. As
Just
it
a little
comes,
guy.
sort of guys,
Yeah,
right?
they seem pretty chill.
Just a little guy.
It's a little guy, you know.
Oh, can I just clarify something? Sorry.
Yes.
I said I was looking for books on Tiamat. My bad. Bahamut. Let's just clarify
That's a
that.
very
Let's
different
just
dragon.
clarify-
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
clarify
yeah,
that just
yeah.
right now before...
Mhm.
Yeah, not Tiamat. I'm going to pass
Yeah.
that on.
Fair. That is. I was looking up some very different books for you just okay, you two, Groford and Torsten, make your way through the upper city and towards Gorb's climbing shop. You see that outside he's currently halfway up the sign, just rebolting one of the signs. I was just tightening in these bolts. Oh, hi guys,
Hey,
how's it
Gorb!
going?
It's going quite well, actually.
How did your climb go? Did it go well?
I mean, holy shit! There's a big bird up there.
Oh,
There's
you
quite a
saw
large
the
bird.
yeah, you saw the big bird.
Wait,
It's a
is
good
it
big
actually
bird.
a big bird?
No, its name's well, I actually don't know its name. I never asked.
Just a
I
big
used to
bird.
go, oh shit, big bird, which is why I call it
Yeah,
big bird.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It seems like the
That's-
smartest course.
Let me just climb down, and he hangs feet over the edge of the sign out front of his shop, and then just drops into a blade pose in front of you.
Are you trying to advertise your gears right now?
Damn.
Me, just flexing just a little bit.
Yeah, 'cause it's
He's
kind of worth it, to be honest.
the most classically sinewy strength climber you can ever imagine. There's very little bulk to it, but it's all just veiny, muscly, fibery,
Yeah,
sinew man.
It's not big, but you can see every
Oh
single
yeah,
muscle
just yeah, absolutely.
Toned.
tone, man.
Come inside. What can I get you?
Well, we need to be able to survive some of the harsher climates in this world. I was hoping you might have some warm weather gear we could purchase.
Looking to chill, are we? Let's see what we got. How many sets of cold weather gear do you need?
It'd be 3, and possibly, and if you've got anything for a dog.
Well, yes.
dog.
Either I would love. I mean, if you just have a jacket for him to wear, a dog cold
dog
wearing,
jacket.
that'd be great. But I mean,
Like a
ideally,
husky's coat, maybe? I don't know.
maybe.
Maybe.
Ideally, I'd love a coat for me that would allow a
Mhm.
pocket him to sort of,
Pocket, dog pocket. God, okay. Let me see what I got. And he climbs up the. And you may remember the like sections. That's like pigeonholes all side of the wall with loads of camping gear and all sorts of stuff. And he just climbs up the edge of it and scrambles along backwards and forwards until he pulls out a few big heavy coats, some weather gear, some bits of like climbing equipment, just like scatters to the floor. And he like climbs back down again and goes, there's some sets of weather gear there for you, and you said a sort of a special cloak. I've got a slightly nicer coat that has a bit more room in the front. It's made with owl bear feathers, and it's particularly fluffy and particularly warm. Might be due for the dog. How big is dog?
The dog is about. He's a husky, so decently
Husky puppy.
He's a puppy, sorry. So, he will be decently chunk. How long does huskies take to grow?
They'll grow quite a bit in the first couple of years of life, but if it's still a puppy, then it'll definitely fit in the jacket.
Yes.
And when it's old enough, it should be all right in cold weather conditions, because it's a husky.
It's a husky, that's fair.
Right.
How much would this put me back for the husky jacket? As well?
For the weather gear and the jacket, it'll be 20 gold.
20 gold. Yeah, we can.
And this will suit you. This will suit you to minus 50 degrees for all of this weather gear.
That's Celsius.
That's pretty impressive. That's an important question.
In freedom units, that'd be. And in regular money, that'd be Celsius.
Like potatoes or something.
Yeah, you've got to measure it in good cartridges.
Yeah, really good.
Measure it in trade wars only.
Oh yeah. Catan pieces. Anyway, is that good for you?
Well, seeing as you're such a amazing host, we can definitely pay that. We intend on maybe coming back and becoming regular customers. Maybe if we come back to this city.
Bring your friends. We've got plenty of gear for people. People
we
who
can
get into glamming.
We can even propose other people buy your gear if you'd like.
Well, I was just thinking we're in fact part of a large scale expedition heading north. We might be able to suggest to the captain your shop as a source of warm weather gear if they need resupply.
Well, I think were you talking about the Order of the Fallen Wing?
Yes,
that's them.
The Fallen Wing. They stopped. A few of them stopped by here. I think they have most of the gear already, because only a couple of the people wanted things repaired and made. But I'm sure mentioning the name Gorb's Great Glamming Goods would do pretty well.
Yeah, no problem. I'm sure it's nice to do favors for friends, and we'd be happy to.
Some might use the word, like mates rates and things like that. I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
So that'll be
anyway, I guess we'll take those.
He bundles everything together, wraps it all in like big brown paper, and hands you them tied with string. Here you go. Good luck on your adventures, and make sure you climb some of them mountains, and wherever you are. Definitely worth it. The view is always worth it.
Okay, down for it. What if we bring you back a present from where we're going?
Well, like a rock.
I've already handed the money onto the counter, by the way.
You want to do 10 gold each?
10 gold each, which works.
What, like a rock or something?
A rock, or we're going to. Do you know where we're going?
I don't know where you're going.
Oh, my friend.
You haven't told me where you're going. Where you going?
Think of the most dangerous place. The sort of thing.
Hell.
That was pretty dangerous, but on this plane.
That is quite dangerous.
Oh, on this plane.
Most dangerous place you can possibly think of. Things that nightmares are made out of.
I never really trusted the Shattered Continent. That always scared me. Not enough mountains.
The Shattered Continent?
Yeah, El Pathos.
We've not heard this yet, have we?
Oh, it's a little a collection of islands, a massive archipelago, just above Algora, to the southwest,
It does sound pretty
southeast,
amazing. Yeah.
southeast.
What if I told you about a legend? It says a crashed
Agora,
dragon.
or
I mean, you just in just general one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of a crashed dragon of very old.
Oh,
Plummeted into the ocean, created an island. of its own.
you want a Tiamund?
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Now that has some good climbing out here.
I could take some pictures.
Some people say it's a great place to scale.
Oh.
That's
Okay,
that's
now
amazing.
you owe us a discount. I'm sorry.
Yeah, surely.
Roll a persuasion check.
Let me see. Persuasion, not too bad. That's pretty good. That's actually a 20, non-natural.
20. You know what? For the ventures you're going on, I'll give you a 5 gold discount. That'll be 15 for good.
Please.
That's
patrons.
very generous of you.
That's very generous. Thank you very much. And I will if I see anything shiny or
I
particularly.
like rocks. Bring me back a rock from
I'll
Tiamund.
find you a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if there's some scales, I'll find you a scale.
I like scales. Right, I'm sure you have plenty of other supplies to pick up, and I'll see you on your return if you come back. I hear it's a
Absolutely.
dangerous
Thank you.
place.
Yeah, well, thank you again.
He is already doing pull-ups, just on the door
Doing
frame.
grip, just doing like a finger
Just
grips on the
his
door frame.
pinkies, just yeah. Feel the burn. 28, 29.
Man
30.
definitely does not
Whatever's
have
next.
any rest days. I don't count in numbers, I count in pain!
That's what he's screaming as you make your way out of the shop and out down the street. Gwion, in your hunt for shops that might sell tomes of religious purposes, where might you be heading? You heading uptown or downtown?
What would I know for the difference in uptown? Uptown being more expensive.
Well,
Uptown, yeah. So
Galaxy
uptown
go
being slightly
down.
posher. They might have greater collections of described religious texts. But downtown might have more mysterious or slightly more obscure reference to deities and their as well as some of the more prevalent established religions.
I think I'd be heading uptown first.
Okay.
Uptown, funk you up.
you up.
Uptown, funk you up.
Corvid Brothers. Bang. No, I'm just-
You chose wrong.
Yeah, you make your way uptown. Can you roll me an investigation check to see what
Yes,
establishments
yes.
you might find?
I can indeed. That is a grand total of 22.
22. Okay. You find what appears to be an ornate, beautifully decorated, pristine white building, just off the main quarter of, in front of the Academy, Golden Wings Academy. It's called Fletcher's Books, and it is a very up-class building. I'll give it that for the kindness of my description. As you step in through the door, it is like balustrades of several tiers of books, like marble white pillars that lead along the aisles, plush reading areas with emerald lamps in them. It is peaceful, quiet, with a slight hint of magical music lingering in the background. You see there is an arcane radio on the desk, just tuning along.
Are there any... This is the outside of the building, right? It's a big white...
I was just saying you'd gone in, but the outside
Sure.
is big and white, and big glass-fronted windows, so you can see countless books on the inside. Inside is how it's described.
Is there any sort of librarian or receptionist or anything?
Yes, as you come in, you see a woman glides over to you. She says, how can I help you? She's an air genasi. wearing pristine blues and whites, drape that sort of flow around her. Her long white hair has this trailing, flowing nature that only adds to the glidingness of her presence as she continues in towards you. How may I help you, sir?
Hello. I like your aesthetic.
Oh, thank you.
It's pretty cool. My name's Guion Bowden.
Pleasure to meet you, Sir Bowden.
I was talking, very kind. I was talking with my friends, and they were saying I wanted to learn about Bahamut.
The Platinum Dragon.
That's what they said. I was interested in learning on anti-death gods that might help people who worship them and give them help not die.
Okay, well, we have several passages about the afterlife as well as the Platinum Dragon. In fact, we have a complete collections work of the illustrated tomes of the Platinum Dragon, his laws and orders.
I'm not so interested in the afterlife. I've already know plenty of that. I'm more interested in staying in life. Wondering, is that might be in his law and orders book or something else?
I'm sure there'll be some distinction on the preservation of life
In which
its
book,
many
sorry?
forms. In some of his works.
Oh, okay. Would you be able to guide me into which one it might be most likely to be in?
I am sure. You know what? I'm sure there will be something in one of his journals. She glides backwards towards the one of the shelves, and she takes down a thick, like iron plate bound book with a depiction of the maw of the Platinum Dragon on it. You see it's got like emeralds set into its eyes and these like flowing scales that flow back into the spine of the book. She undoes a clasp across the edge, which is done as like two dragon's claws interlocked. And she flicks it open and she says, "This may have some of the answers that you may seek about the Platinum Dragon.
That's totally amazing.
Feel free to peruse. I shall be back in a moment." And she
Thank you.
flicks away to another customer.
Red's going to hold the book for a moment and look down at it. And then he's going to look at the pendant that he wears. Or he can't really look at the pendant, it's under his armor. He's going to place his hand on his chest, knowing where it is. And then he's going to flick to the first page. How long do I have got... Joe, how long do I remember I have until I need to get back to the ship?
You have until midnight, when
Okay.
they're going to be picking you guys up from the docks.
And it's like early afternoon?
It's currently around midday.
Okay. And
So you
I
have
remember also-
roughly 12 hours.
Last time there was that healer as well, no? Which was on the Order of the Fallen Wings crew. They have a healer that isn't the commander.
He said they have a couple of clerics, but they don't have a designated healer who isn't the commander.
Okay. I'll have a peruse flicking through this, hoping to discern if there's any information on whether Bahamut can help anti-death, essentially, in stopping you from dying or prolonging your life or whatever there is.
Okay, while you peruse, we'll return to the others. Torsten, you were looking to get your armors fixed?
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to be going out. I'm trying to find some form of blacksmith or something similar.
Roll an investigation check for me, or history.
Okay, that is my terrible abilities. So, that's a 0.
Ooh.
Okay. It takes you a little while to wander around. You haven't seen many blacksmiths around because it's a dirty profession for dirty people who don't do anything better in their life.
Yeah.
But
we should try the boiler room. They might be drinking away their sorrows down there.
True.
that is a possibility. You make your way along through the towards the northern, the right hand side of the island, where you find a quite large blacksmith shop right on the very edge of the city. It's called the Windward Edge blacksmith shop, and you can see quite literally where the water edge ends. The shop is built out onto the waterfront, and it continues out to the point where it is almost hanging over the white sea itself.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
As you make your way in, you
anybody
see
near?
the classically dimly lit interior of a blacksmith's workshop. The fire crackling away, low and slow. You see there are like a large circular funnel on the large outer side of the building, potentially for flowing air through the center of the fire, but you're not quite sure as to the standard practice of blacksmiths on Voltras. You see you're presuming a younger gnomish fella right near the front of the blacksmith workshop here. Looks up and goes, how can I help you?
Hi, yeah, so, this doesn't sound very much like Torsten. Let me just try that again. Good morning. I'm seeking a repair for my armor.
Ooh, yes, what kind of damage is it?
Hard to say. Digestive juices, I think.
Delightful.
Acid,
men.
Yeah, it was rough.
Okay, can you...
It's vaguely corroded, as you can see, and I'll shrug my cowl off to show like a bit of the leather workings of the armor is like unstitched and through, so there's a big flapping gap. Unless you think, would it have melted through the metal a little bit as well?
It probably will have eaten at the surface of it a little bit, but it's mostly the strappage, as you say.
Yeah.
This is we can fix this fairly sharpish. Do you need it today?
Yes, actually, I leave at midnight.
Okay. We can have it done by 6. It'll be 6 gold pieces.
Yeah, that sounds.
We could just to remove the damage on it.
Can I just cast my eye around this place? Does it look reputable?
It looks fairly reputable. There's a lot of like ongoing projects.
Are they farriers?
They're not farriers. No. This is
okay.
Fucking ridiculous. Not a single horseshoe
I didn't want to give
inside.
my hands give my armor into the hands of people who've never worked a day in their life.
Yeah, Lewis, that wouldn't be reputable. You know, that wouldn't be reputable.
We
could assume it's not.
Yeah.
The poor farrier, like, imagine there's one farrier watching this and just like, oh.
Our only fan who we don't know is a farrier.
Slated.
Roasted.
Yeah.
Imagine being roasted for being like a foot fetishist, which is what we all know that farriers are. That is the,
Somehow you're both a horse girl and a foot fetishist, which is just a shocking combination.
That's the combination. That's what we know. Anyway, my prejudice towards farriers apart. It looks like a well set up blacksmith's workshop. And as he like undoes the sections of armor and takes them away, he's recording down like measurements and registers and making sure he's got all of the bits of material that he'll need. He says, "Yes, it'll be ready at 6." He makes his way back over to the. If you would like to come back, then you see he opens one of the screens at the back of the fire, and those large funnels that you'd seen from the outside and on the inside direct the high atmosphere wind straight from the outside of Voltras into the bottom of the fire, creating a vortex which pulls straight through the center of the fire.
Very, very.
He goes, yes, I can get the metal elements of this fixed right up, and the leather work I'll do later this evening.
Excellent. I was wondering, whilst I'm here, do you by any chance have any particularly special pieces of kit around? I might see some fine works. I prefer hammers and shields if you have them. I'm happy to view anything.
Make some really fancy art pieces here for the university, as well as most of their specialist laboratory equipment, but shields and armor. He shuffles back and he goes. Let me just check what he might have. Role play among yourselves.
Okay.
So guys, D&D Beyond, our
I
Our
wish.
sponsor today. That would be great, wouldn't it?
That'd be
It's
amazing.
always
Yeah.
the map as well. Is it Dwarven Forge? No, yeah, it's Dwarven Forge.
Speaking of-
Word point,
Speaking of-
hit point
Speaking of
press.
D&D Beyond, though, realistically, have you seen
Roger.
they've released their new tabletop sigil, like 3D tabletop environment thing?
I heard they were working on it. They were working on one, weren't they?
Yeah. It's out at the moment. I mean, it requires a bit of a higher subscription level to get all
Of course.
the nuts and bolts, but it's pretty good.
That's sick.
Ooh, that looks really cool. Actually.
Yeah, that looks
It
amazing.
even
Look at
it
that.
animates your attacks and spells and stuff as well. It's
Yeah,
it's real tasty.
That's
very
amazing.
Tasty. The future of like online tabletop playing is going to be cool.
Yes.
Ah man. Oh, but also because it's a D&D Beyond thing, it uploads all of the stats from your character and all of the attacks available to that character.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Does it actually work though? It feels like
Oh yeah.
it feels
Yeah.
like this. You know, when VR first came out, and it was kind of like, it's getting there. You know, I can see the vision.
It did work when I used it.
Wow,
I
that's
uploaded
amazing.
Torsten and I could do it. The only issue I had was the when you like attack and then divine smite, it doesn't have that like locked together. You have to attack, roll the damage for that, then individually roll the smite damage.
Okay.
Despicable.
Unplayable.
Yeah.
No, some kinks
But
go
Sacred
out.
Flame, I saw the animation for that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Very cool. Because I mean, like tabletop simulation on Steam is very cool, but it's like it's so much work and so janky to get everything together. So something like this that would just be like work really easily and quickly.
Also, did you know the new Baldur's Gate 3 mod update? I think is live for Arcane Archer.
Man.
Yeah.
So time to start again.
Yep.
I can play again.
Yeah.
Arcane
Right from the
Archer.
beginning.
Reload.
Arcane
Finished the
Archer
one we were in.
and Blade Singer as
Blade
well.
Singer,
Yeah, there's
Really?
loads. Yeah, oh, it's beautiful.
Right. You see, he reaches below the counter and he pulls out a shield. I think this is all we've got in at the current moment. This is a medium kite shield. Classic +2 bonus to your armor class for statistics wise. But it also has an ability we call block. So once per long rest, you can parry an attack with it using your reaction. To reduce the incoming damage from a melee attack by twice your proficiency bonus. You can do this again but you will gain a point of exhaustion.
Okay, nice.
Once for free.
I'll take it and I'll look it over. Impressive. How does this? How much does this go for?
It'll be let's see, he pulls out a ledger and he goes through it. It'll be 60 gold pieces.
Well, I'm afraid that is a little rich for my blood at the moment. But an excellent piece of work. I'll definitely be
Well, thank you.
telling others of your work. For now, do you have a blacksmith puzzle? A blacksmith's puzzle.
Oh, well, like a
Little interlocking metal.
interlocking metal links. I have a puzzle ring somewhere. Yeah.
Happily, if it's just one of those. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
Yes, he pulls out 3 bits of 3 silver rings, all twisted together. This one's fairly complicated, and he puts it down on the counter. That'll be just a gold piece. Should
Excellent.
serve you for a long journey.
Bro, I'll hand him over the 7 gold total.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your custom.
Bro.
You can stop by to pick up your armor at a 6. Yeah.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Perfect.
And I'll head back to the ship.
Nice. Nice. Cool. You step out from the blacksmith shop and hear the sound of ringing metal as he begins his work. Meanwhile, with Guion, you are flicking through this tome. It is really boring. There's lots about the creation, and there's lots about the splitting, the second cycle, the influence of Bahamut on the people of the world, bringing law and order to the exploration of magics. Oh boy, is it dry. It sounds like it was written for the worst of academic classes you can imagine.
Guion's struggling.
Yeah, it's no fun. Even using through Evie's eyes, she's beginning to get bored. Like, eyes keeps drifting away from the passage, which makes it particularly tricky for you to be able to keep concentrated on it. There's not really anything mentioned about... There's a lot mentioned about the preservation of life and celebrating life in all of its forms and defending it against evils that would usually do harm to life. But there is nothing about stopping death, as it clearly indicates that death is another step of life.
Guion's going to curse under his breath.
Everyone keeps saying death is the next step to life, but none of these fuckers know anything.
Just turn the next page.
Is there a problem, sir?
Do you have anything that's a bit easier to read than this? And it doesn't quite have what I'm looking for. It's a bit too talking about the steps and what, being okay with things, but I'm looking more on the hard science of preserving life.
I'm sorry, sir. I just don't think we have anything like that.
Well, would you be able to point me in the direction of someone that might possibly have something like that?
The university might study some subjects like that, but potentially the ramifications of stopping death are not good.
Well, this is necessity. It is pretty important. I'm sure the ramifications will be fine.
Goodbye.
Well, there you
sir.
go.
Oh, thank you. Where's the book? Have a good day.
Yeah, she drifts backwards like a solitary thundercloud. Speaking of thunderclouds, the sky above Voltrus right now is roiling. You begin, as you step out from the shop, it begins to rain. You feel the heavy raindrops begin to patter across the street.
I don't like the sound of that.
Drifts out over the city. The wind is still kept at bay, so it's not howling, but there is still like this strong storm-like presence. You can feel it swirling around the city.
I'm guessing there's some form of something to stop lightning from just striking down into my metal armored head.
It's alright, there are definitely higher objects than you still.
That's what I was checking. Okay,
If I
There's
climb a
some
mountain,
lightning
is it we can get straight
Climb the
down?
mountain, boy. Do it. Do it in a copper armor, calling all gods idiots.
How far am I, Joe, from the university? Is it like a big
it's literally
trek
the
or-
opposite side of the square. From
Okay,
this
then I'll
bookshop.
go to the university. It's not far, so I'll just pop across.
I like how you ask for science in like a church.
Yeah, I know. Guion is a special case, okay?
You make your way across to the university over the vast reflecting pool that centers the square outside the front of the university. The grand academy spreading out and above you and all around on each side, like wings spread out around the main square. You make your way in through the front gate and up to the reception desk, where you find James there yet again. Hiya, Guion. Good to see you. Long time no see.
Hi, James. I'm sorry I'm not here with Crawford. Are you still
that's
okay
all right.
to talk to just me?
Yeah, we're friends. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise we were. That's great. Yes, James, we are friends. Hey, listen, we're all going on this trip on the ship. If you wanted to have a holiday with us, we might not be back in a while. But we're going dragon hunting, and since we're friends, welcome to come if you'd like to.
I'm.
It's okay. Think about it, James. Think about it. It's a long thought process. Take your time. Take your time.
I'll think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It's a great idea. Leave at midnight tonight, but no pressure. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is I'm looking, James, for some form of reward in return for my loyalty to something like a deity that might help me preserve my life indefinitely.
Interesting. Undeath. A bit
I
of
prefer not to be undead, just to clarify. Don't really want to be undead. More
longer
just
life.
about not dying.
That's usually what they call undead, but I'm sure we can find something in the library. It has all sorts. He makes his way back at it. He beckons you to follow. Make your way into the library, the grand library of the thing is. There's lots of students milling around at this time of day, in between classes, picking up books and doing their research. The vast tables in the center. So you were looking for books about elongating life.
That will be correct. Yeah, I've
Okay.
heard things about Bahamut, but I went to this other bookshop. It was Fletcher's Books, and it was useless. So, and in lots of language
Really?
that is very academic and quite hard for the classes to digest, like myself.
Okay, well, we do have quite a lot of academic tomes here. This is a university, but I'll see what I can find as far as different bits of information. He shuffles off through the bookshelves and he begins like searching around. And if you want to make an investigation check as well, you're
I
very
would also
welcome
like to have a quick look around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He shuffles off to a shelf and he brings. What did you get?
10.
Okay. He shuffles off to a shelf and he brings out a couple of collections of papers and a few scrolls, as well as a couple of books. And he goes, "That's about okay. Okay. He puts down a few of the books. Okay, so this one here, this is about monastic traditions, which is a bit of an interesting subcategory of some religious organizations. They much later stages of their journey through their wisdom and monastic traditions don't age anymore, and much later into their academic studies and their wisdom, somewhere along the journey, they stop the aging process by halting the flow of energy through their own body.
That's very interesting. Do you have anything? Great first initial drafts, James.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'll keep hold of that. I was been reflecting while you were searching, and actually, I'm realizing that potentially my death could be inevitable from things like I'm going dragon hunting, right? I mean, I might just get jumped on in about an hour.
Yep.
I was wondering, is there anything that I could get information on that might help to guide me post-death? Or just help keep me company?
Yeah, he shuffles off again. He finds a couple of books. So the Raven Queen is usually the deity who deals with the passage between life and death herself. She talks about the inevitability of death, as you just mentioned. Potentially that death isn't something to be feared, but also to be revered. She scorns things that linger too long. And it's at that moment, just as he says that you spot a book under one of the shelves in the library. It seems
What's
to be
the title?
thick leather-bound book. It doesn't have a title along the spine, but you can just see it poking out from underneath one of the shelves. It's got a dark black leather tome.
But
yeah.
keep going, James.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna grab this one as well and have a quick.
Oh,
I'm just going to dust it off and bring it out from underneath the shelf.
Okay. Yeah, the Raven Queen. Yeah, she deals with all sorts of death, and she guides people to their more reasonable afterlives, hell, and the various heavens that come along with each of the deities that people start out on the celestial plane. But yeah, That's an interesting book. I don't think I've seen that one before. Who looks down at the tome in your hand? You also look down at it. It's a thick
I'm gonna blow off all the dust.
black journal. It's about yay big. It's about yay thick. And it's heavy. Across the front of it, you see there is a depiction in silver of a wolf's jaw with an ornate bow clasped in the middle of it. I don't recognize that one.
You give me interesting information about the Raven Queen. James, would you mind going to find me a book about Raven Queen, and I might just have a quick flick through of this one?
Yeah.
Thanks, James. Friend, thank you.
Or Q. Oh, and he wanders off, searching through the records.
Joe,
Yes.
do you remember, like, in episode 2 or 3?
The page is missing. Yeah.
Yeah, that. But also, I snuck a book I'd written onto.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a chance that he finds it?
Oh no! Did you send me what you'd written at that point? Is
No,
there a
I
chance
hadn't.
James written it?
I haven't. No.
Well, I'll roll a
Like,
sleight of hand, and he'll roll an investigation check.
Well, it's a very big library. So.
Yeah, it is. He'll roll at disadvantage then. He also spends a lot of his time there.
This is where you've written, then. There's a page missing.
Or missing page.
The coordinates of the missing page, yeah.
That would be so good. I rolled a 7 for sleight of hand.
7? Okay. He doesn't appear to stumble across it, unfortunately, because he rolled a 7 and a 1 with disadvantage. So I'm going to be changing dice.
I will keep it here.
Because that hasn't rolled above a 10 yet, so I'll be changing him and wonking it back in dice jail. Yeah. Right. You opening this book, Queon?
Yes, I'm opening this book and having a flick through.
Okay. The as you open it, you see immediately the mask of the Raven Queen with the same jaw and bow symbol underneath it. Sorry, my music got really out of hand there. Sorry. It's way too epic for the moment. I mean, it's like the fight over lava from Star Wars. It's like it's
hell
it's
yeah.
that that was what was going on, and it's just a book. Okay, it's not that much.
What? Emma, Joe's lying. There's something with this book. His music's telling us.
It's an isekai book.
Welcome to another world. Yes, you flick open the first page of the book to be greeted by those two symbols. You open it again to find that this is the journal and the words and teachings of the immortal hunter, the huntress, a revered fighter of the Raven Queen and her hunter of undead. I had a shout, sorry. Depicted as a lone hunter escorted by a fearsome black wolf, this lesser deity hunts the boundaries between life and death for anything that lingers too long, bringing swift mercy to those in pain, and sending her wolf to hunt and tear and rend those who scorn death and violate the sanctity of life. This book goes briefly into her teachings and some of the followers that follow in her footsteps, hunting great undead, lesser undead, and celebrating the joy of living. It says that in some points these warriors are granted boons by the Raven Queen and the Huntress herself to stay a little longer on this material plane as its guardians. Those people call themselves hunters, and they are a very small subsection of the Raven Queen's dominion.
Okay. Leon's gonna, like when you lose track of time slightly, you get very deep into something that really grips you, he's going to be pretty locked into this.
Guion? You look up to see that James has stood like right in front of you.
Guion is just like deep, like totally misses the first one.
Guion?
Yeah.
There's a few passages on the Raven Queen, but like she's a bit of a I don't know, sinister. Maybe that's the right words for it.
James, and he's gonna reach out and grab James's hand if he's allowed it.
Yeah, he almost drops the pieces of paper. He's like, I've got a handful of books.
Don't worry, James. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You're amazing. You helped me so much. Thank you. I'm just gonna sit here and read this book for a while. But can I buy it off you or take it out or?
I'll put it on Guion. I'll put it on Griffith's card for you.
I don't want to influence Growford. I've done lots for him.
Oh no,
already.
he's got a free record to the library. It's perfectly
I don't
fine,
want
as long
to
as it's registered with him.
I don't want to abuse my friendly positioning with Growford. Maybe
It's alright. Then I'll put it on my card. Don't worry about it.
You're too much, James. Too much. Bring a tear to my eye underneath my helmet.
Let's continue out to dinner first.
Well,
I will bring you back the mightiest dragon scale for my huntings, as a reward in some ways to repay you
brilliant.
from helping me to find this book.
Well, enjoy your reading. I have to get back to the reception, and
Sure.
I'll see you in just a bit. On your way
Thanks, James. Thank you. Thank you.
out. Yes,
And he's going to dive straight back into it.
no worries.
And that's what he's going to spend the remainder of his time doing, just reading very scrupulously each passage until it gets late-ish, and then he's going to head to the ship, like maybe 10 or 11, if it leaves at midnight.
You rifle through the pages of your book for a little longer, Guion, and then you feel like you've read all of it, but you know somewhere in the back of your head that you haven't finished learning it.
Sure. When we all finishes, he'll close up the book, stow it away in like a side satchel that he's going to carry, and
Will we steal it? No, I'm joking.
he's then going to go make his way back to the desk. I believe James has already written it out, right? Because he asked James to take, if he could take the book, so it's really fun. And he's going to make his way back towards the ship. I imagine it's going to be quite late now.
By now, no, it's probably only taking you a few, maybe probably around 4:00ish in the evening.
In that case,
you started at 12, so you've been reading for a few hours.
In that case, I'm going to go to. Is James still at the desk?
Yes.
James, I was just wondering, do the Feathered Guard, the archers of the Feathered Guard, do they train anywhere? I would be interested to go to a shooting range for a little bit of time. I just want to try and practice my aiming, but I'm not sure where I should go, and if you know of anywhere.
I don't know. I know there's the barracks for the Feathered Guard. They probably have some training grounds. I don't think they let anyone in to use them. I think there's an archery club, like a weapons hall, center of town, connected to one of the blacksmiths.
Could you give me just some rough directions?
Yeah, you want to take a left, then a right,
Okay.
then 2 more lefts,
Okay.
and then it's the 3rd left on your right.
Okay.
And then you want to go round the roundabout to the east.
Okay.
Oh, what a dick. Went from left and right to east.
Wait, can you
That's
repeat
a
this
fact,
again, please? Can you repeat?
Yeah,
Shocking.
sure. It's the left, and then a
Yep.
right,
Yep.
and then 2 lefts,
Yep.
and then it's your
To
first
the
left
left,
on the
to
right.
the left.
Yep. First
Uh-huh.
left and then right. Yep.
No, it's your first left on the right.
Oh, first left on right.
And then you go round the roundabout to
hold
the east.
Wait a
and
second.
then you're there.
And then it's right there on the corner. You can't miss it. Not with those
Perfect.
directions.
Well, they're written down just in case you try and pull up DM bullshit.
Me? DM bullshit? I would never.
That
I
doesn't
don't know the
sound
meanings of the
like
word.
you.
Guion is going to go left after he leaves the university. Left, then a right. Then he's going to take his first 2 lefts.
Uh-huh.
Then he's going to take his first left on the right.
Uh-huh.
And then he's going to go round the roundabout to the east. And then on the corner, he's going to go into the center of town hall.
Okay, yeah, you find the weapons hall there on the
Let's
corner.
go.
It's looks like a sort of like just a large open warehouse-like space in the center of Voltrus City. You can see that there's like racks of weapons on the wall. There's a shooting gallery towards the back of it. You can see a large Minotaur man stood behind the desk at the far side of the hall. He's currently sharpening one of the blades up. He says, "Good evening, sir. Can I help you?"
You could actually. Good evening, Mr. Minotaur fella. I'm quite an experienced archer. I've shot with many clubs before.
Yeah.
I was wondering, what is your furthest distance that you have in here?
Furthest distance?
Shooting.
We have a 120 foot, and we have a 60 foot and a 30 foot target.
Can I please shoot the 120 foot?
We charge non-members just a nominal fee of 3 silver for an afternoon.
Perfect. How for actually, you know what? I have a gold piece for supporting the
thank you.
thing that I love, actually. I had fallen out of love with it, but I do love it now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. He tucks it away and goes back to sharpening what looks like a large halberd.
I'm going to don my... At this point, I have been carrying my bow and quiver around unattached. But I'm going to don my quiver and get my bow and go to the shooting line, take a moment, watch everybody chill out, and then loose one shot every now and then. Like, maybe everybody else might be loosing it every 15 seconds, firing a shot. Guion's going to wait and take time and go for every about a minute. He's going to loose one shot and just take a lot of time to concentrate on where he's putting that. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, roll the religion check for me.
Ooh, 15, my first religion check.
Okay. There's a stillness and a calmness to each shot as you take it. Deep breath in as you draw the string back, and then released. The arrow sinks deep into the target. Can you roll me just a nominal attack roll as well, with your bonus, just to see how these are going?
18.
Okay, it's solid. You are like you contemplated splitting a few of your arrows as you nailed them into the center of the target, but you just delightfully pattern them around the outside of each other as you layer shots into the target.
Cool, that's good. Yeah. Over the time, Guion is going to kind of less focus on where the shot is going necessarily, and more focus on drawing back with such I can't say this word. F-U-R-I-O-S-I-T-Y.
F-U? What? F-U-R what?
Language in here.
He's gonna try and draw back his bow and think about when he died, what he saw, and the loneliness that he had, and try and channel all of that into his shots with Furiosity, trying to just send that emotion down the line into the target. And we'll see what that happens afterwards. But that's what he's going to spend the rest of his time now doing. I'd also like, while I'm there, can I empty whatever 10 gold worth of ammunition we'll get for arrows from these guys?
10 gold worth of ammunition. That would be,
if they sell arrows, I imagine they do.
That'd be a lot of arrows.
I'm on 8. I'm probably on like 10 by now, actually. If I've been shooting down the range, so I'd like some more.
You could probably pick up about 50 arrows for that.
That's fantastic. I'm going to put it as 60 as total arrows. Thank you very much.
Pew, pew.
I don't want to scam you out of your arrows.
Yeah, that's fine.
An arrow scammer.
Where is the ammunitions? Where is it? Need to find it in the book.
Guys,
Consult the tome.
I don't know if I've actually said this since the break, but the stuff Joe sent me some stuff over the break with that book, and oh my god, it is perfect. It is exactly what. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Guion has found a new sense of life.
That does sound dangerous.
Oh, no.
He's locked in. I'm locked in.
He's locked in and loaded, is he?
He's locked and loaded with 60 arrows.
We're Raven Queen squad for life.
Boys, I believe is.
lads on tour.
Boys.
Ooh.
That's yeah. Ammunition prices. No, I didn't. Oh, we lost. Oh, he's back.
Oh, did you lose me?
No, we lost Grayford momentarily.
Oh,
I'm just trying to find. Yeah, he was missing.
He's gone.
20 is you get 20 arrows for 1 gold piece. So yeah, I didn't think I'd had that number. There's numbers right there.
So 10 is
brilliant.
200.
Yeah, so you can't carry 200 arrows. Let's put it that way, because that would be they're £1 each for 20 arrows. So yeah, you'd be at.
I would argue, with a big enough quiver, being an archer, I could carry 200 arrows, wooden arrows.
I hate to pull the blacksmith card on you, but no, how many arrowheads is really heavy.
Oh yeah, sure. I guess they're not covered. Okay.
So
I will get. Can I get 60 then? So
60.
20 arrows. I was
3
on...
gold pieces.
Yeah, that's perfect. Brilliant.
Perfect.
Thank you very
I
much.
thought it was overestimating my arrows cost. Maybe that's how much I charge.
The forged at home price.
Perfect. He says, yeah, thank you for your custom. It's a pleasure to see someone with such a fine skill in the art of archery.
Well, thanks for letting me shoot here. It's been very nice, so thank you for letting me use your space.
Pleasure. You detect a bit of an accent. Are you from Udor?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Where are you from?
I'm also from Udor. There's the bit of a twang to it. I've lived on Vultures for a little while, but don't see many people around who are from the continent.
No, and do you care about Udor? Do you have many family back there?
A few people. My dad and mom and one of my younger brothers.
Are they okay? I mean, when I left, that place was in the shits.
Yeah, there's a couple of problems. The giant wars and the rivalry, but it's what it is. It's life. Got to battle giants and all those sorts of things. It's a life.
Are you going to be able to get? Are you trying to get your family out of there? I mean,
I think they're alright.
Okay. Well, fair enough. I mean,
if they're further away from the front of fighting, I think. But yeah, it's.
What are their names? Maybe if I visit, I can pop in and say hello.
Nice NPC, Joe. Now make up their family backstory.
It's the Redmayne family. The Redmayne clan.
The Redmayne. And your name is?
Michael.
Going for the kill. What about your
Ask him a name. His grandma's name. What's your favourite food? Where'd you go to school?
Michael. My name is Guion Bolton.
Pleasure.
You do detect the accent from Udo, but I left quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But it's nice to see another person from Udo. Especially one that's interested in the art of archery as well.
It's not my specialty, but I can appreciate someone who's put the time and effort into honing their skills.
Most people I knew from Udo were just kind of like, headstrong.
It tends to be the going martial style. There is hit it hard until it stops moving. Yeah.
Well, exactly. But yeah, it's nice to meet you, Michael. I'm gonna go meet some friends. I imagine it's pretty late now.
Yeah.
But thank you very much.
Perfect.
Have a lovely day.
I'll see you later.
Perfect. See you later.
The collection of you step out of your respective jobs and searching for the things you're doing. It's probably around about 5 o'clock in the evening at this point, after venturing all the way to the outside of town for the blacksmith and back and forth between various libraries for ancient tomes about ancient beings. The rain is hammering off the floor at this point. It is pinging off the ground. It is making the beautiful metal tent wireframe sound off Greyford as he walks through the as the rain.
Nice.
Ping, 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 ping,
The ticking sound is drowned out via.
As you run through the rain. Are you heading anywhere in particular? You've got.
I'm going.
It's
to
about
Freya
5,
Mo-
so you've got. Yeah, we've got about 6 hours ish before you need to
I'm
be
heading to
the
Freya
mountains.
Mostop to get my dog.
Perfect.
Lucifer is on his way.
I'm guessing you're heading in the same direction.
Come on, Lucifer.
Well, Gwilman's actually going to spend all the rest of his remaining time at the archery place, just honing his skill until about 10, when he was going to head back. Because there was no discussed meeting time besides being back for the 12th of midnight.
No.
So he's just going to spend there, and then I imagine he has that conversation with Michael just before he leaves. Basically until they shut, really.
Okay, yeah, no worries. They shut fairly late, so that'll work great. Yeah, you guys make your way to the mossy top. The moss pot.
Her name is Freya Mostop.
Her name is Freya Mossbop. It is
I forgot the name.
the mossy mess. That's the word I was
That
looking
was the
for.
one, yeah.
Forgotten my own names. She, as you walk in, it is jovial with members of the Order of the Fallen Wing, who are probably gathering the last ounces of spirit into their spirits before they head off on the airship. You see Freya milling around, as well as a few other members of the Feathered Guard. But apart from that, you don't recognize anyone in particular.
You said Fallen Wing members.
Yep.
Well, I will walk up to Freya.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Griffith, pleasure to see you.
Nice to meet you too. How has my child been?
Good. I didn't quite expect you to be away for as long as you were, but we've taken good care of him, and yes, she goes back through the door at the back of the bar and through into the kitchen, and then comes back with a very pampered looking Lucifer. It looks like freshly sort of washed fur. There's an extra bow tied onto the collar that you'd made. He looks very relaxed, but then also very excited
Looks
to
like
see
a funky little guy is what he looks
you.
like.
Yeah,
Comes out
just
and
a
just
little
goes,
guy.
So wait, I've forgotten. Have I gotten a little jumper for him, or have I got a big jumper for me that he can?
You have a big jumper for him while he grows up. For carrying, he'll be all right during the daytime on Tiamund, but at night and when you're sleeping, you might need to huddle him in with you, in your jacket.
I'm gonna
which is sort of what you do anyway with the dog.
I'm gonna have the jacket on now, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, the little guy." Give him some goo 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 either side of the face, and I'm gonna sort of, I guess, open up the top of the jacket and be like, "Look, this is gonna be your warm little home for when we're going to really cold places."
He looks at it longly, just a hard stare.
Freya, do you have any food, bacon, meat, anything?
Oh yeah. She goes and she picks up some scrap bacon from a table and yeah. Hands
I'll
over
be
to
like,
roll an animal handling check for me.
My wisdom's actually really bad, but that was a good roll.
He ain't got no wisdom for it, is it? He ain't got no
That's
wisdom
a 14.
for his character. Ooh, pretty good. Okay. It takes a little bit of coaxing and a little bit of time, but you do manage to get him settled into the jacket. He does quite a lot of squirming, but that's just quite entertaining at the same time as being adorable.
I'm picturing walking sit. No.
Sit.
No, not that. No. It's very cute, but stop. And I'll go walk over to the Fallen Wing members.
You see, Ellis Sharp is currently in the middle of the gang. He is drinking, sort of like he always does. He goes, G-Man, pleasure
Hey
to see you.
there, gentlemen, gentlewomen, and gentle dragons.
Oh, I mean, hopefully not. Maybe later.
I hear you guys have a bit of a...
Not you, Archie, and he looks over to a dragonborn.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, we only hunt him on weekends.
That is a good point. Yeah.
That sounded way worse than it was.
Well, I mean, if that's what you guys are
Lonely
into.
on the ship.
Everyone hunts Archie.
Oh no! They all used to fucking up dragons too much, and just carries
Bard. Archie's the bard. Got it.
I hear you guys have a bit of a mission on the way to our destination.
Oh yes, a chromatic dragon spotted off the coast of Agora. Big black evil thing.
Chromatic and black. I thought they're not two different dragons.
Oh no, chromatic is a category of dragons. You have chromatic and metallic dragons. Metallics tend to be on the gooder side of things, though they have a tendency to step over their boundaries on occasion. As the chromatics, they seek dominion and destruction more often than not. This one has been terrorizing the Scaled Coast on the north edge of the Brother dynasty.
Oh, that's a bit ironic.
The Brother Kingdom. Yes,
Scaled Coast.
It's quite good.
Well, I mean, can I sit down for a drink with you?
Please, you're going to be joining us for the journey. You may as well join us for a drink. Torsten, as well. You're covered in rain, but please take a seat.
Yeah.
Oh, Torsten.
Yeah, no, of course. Please. Thank you for the invitation. I'm really looking forward to this journey. It's quite intriguing. Your work is staggering, I have to say.
Well, we try our best, it's a living.
Well, I'm hoping I can learn from one or two of you. Would you spar on the ship?
Oh yes, there's a good quartermaster. He's an interesting
Excellent.
character.
I look forward to crossing weapons with you.
Well, we'll see if we can arrange a time for that.
Well, if you're feeling up to it, that is. I mean, you can always take a bit of a break. I don't know, do some yoga, something like that.
Oh,
If
you know
it's
me.
not,
I'm all
if
about
it's
my
not your
flexibility. Gotta get those.
What is it with
stretches
you
in.
and making everything kind of like suggestive?
It's a Goliath thing. Sorry.
So
Naturally
when
dirty
you say
minded.
crossing weapons,
You want a sword fight or?
It's part of the hunting Archie ritual.
yeah, gotta be.
Yeah, before
They
every
cross weapons in the name
battle. Before
of
every
Archie.
battle, we sword fight on the ship.
How many members do you have? Like 15 or 15 ways
Oh, I only have the one member.
But he's a big one.
Oh dear.
Makes a lot of himself.
Would you call it a broadsword or a rapier? What do we
I'm
think?
guessing that's his character now. Is thinly veiled
Innuendo
cruise
man.
humor. Innuendo is an innuendo. Let's be serious.
Oh yeah.
You take a little while drinking with the Fallen Wing at around about 10, half 11-ish. You a few of the members have already started to drift off, getting the earlier ships back. And Guion, you wander back into the mossy mess, I presume, around this time to search for your companions. Groford and Torsten, you notice right away he looks... I mean, he's always wearing a helmet, but he looks a little more chipper than he did when he left the Fallen Wing ship earlier.
Guion is like partly like groovying into the mossy mess. He's feeling great about
Swaggers with it.
himself. He's found his love for archery. Like he's feeling wonderful.
Leon, sit down.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Oh, yes. This one's me.
You're particularly bouncy.
Oh, have we discovered
Did you
the
find
meaning
what
of
you
life?
needed?
Yep.
The
I know
meaning of
the
life.
meaning of life. I have
The
it
meaning of
also.
life, that's
subject.
pretty impressive.
I have
Big one.
Dang.
really. I'm pretty. Guys, I've got. Read this book. It's going to change the way you view the world. Literally change the way you view the world. It's like incredible.
It's
It's incredible.
I'll
That's
put it.
quite
I'll
the
put it,
recommendation.
I'll put it on the list.
No. Jump it to the first on that list. It's
Well-
honestly changed my mind. It changed my mind. Totally changed my mind. I will. How about maybe on the ship? In the evenings, I'll let you borrow it. You can read the book. Honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, okay. We'll do as a resounding recommendation.
Oh, and
Yeah.
contrary to what you may think, of the 15 gold that I had, I have returned with 11 and 5 silver.
Dang.
So,
That's pretty impressive. You didn't
That's
even find any way to gamble.
well, no, because gambling is illegal, Torsten, and I would never commit such
Oh, of course.
atrocities.
Yeah, sorry.
For this, I'm gonna roll an insight check to see if the book has somehow magically taken hold of his mind and making him say what he wouldn't usually say.
He hasn't gambled. The book must be controlling him.
Okay, I rolled a
It's
10.
the only option.
What can I
Who
say,
could
guys?
tell?
I mean,
Who could tell? Also,
this book really has just changed the way I view things, and as a consequence of that, I have 11 gold and 5 silver left over.
So, I mean,
Well, actually, I only have 10 gold and 5 silver. I left gold with a guy called Michael down at the range. I fucked up his target a bit, but other than that, that's all.
also, no one discovers the meaning of life on a Wednesday. That's just. Can we just go into account on that? There's no shot. You discovered that on a Wednesday. Wednesdays just aren't the day for the meaning of life.
Nobody
True.
but Guion, who is unemployed, homeless.
that one thing the unemployed friend gets up to.
That's what happens when you log onto the Discord call. By the way, everybody who's listening, that is what happens when Sam logs onto the Discord call. It's like, I know it's a Tuesday, but I've discovered the meaning of life.
Guys, I've got it.
Guys, you won't believe.
You may have been earning money,
you heard?
but I have been scrolling Wikipedia D&D pages all day. And guys, Tiamat is not the same as Bahamut. They
No,
are different
Wow.
dragons.
How have you spent all
Whoa.
day and you've only just figured
Whoa.
that one out?
Yeah. Or like you
Pretty
spend all
good.
day and you realise, wait, there's deities. They're
Hang
real.
on, wait, there are gods in this world. You ever heard of this thing called a bard?
Spend a little time in the mossy mess, getting a few drinks in. But before you know it, it's getting towards midnight, and you know the boat will leave sharpish on the dot at midnight, down from the stone wharf at the end of the palisade.
Do we all walk together? Because the other fallen, because this is just such a cool image in my mind. Do the other Order of the Fallen Wing, do they also get up at some point, like all together? Like, okay, we should probably head back to work.
Like, not even spoken. They all
Yeah.
stand
Just
up.
everyone just.
There's a few you can see that people have been drifting off. You would presume that they've got their own shift rotation as people have come in, and like the table that you've been sat at as you've as the night has gone on for this past hour has slowly got smaller and smaller as people have gone to their, because these boats that you were loading the cargo on are fairly small. They can probably only fit like 10 members of the Order of the Fallen Wing on any given point.
Sure.
But there are a few. I'll say you're the last people at the bar who'll be heading for that ship.
So,
But you know that they've all slowly made their way out of the city to be there for those last boats, and this is the last one.
sure. Yeah, I will get up and.
What shall we
Yeah.
head out?
Yes.
You scoop up your belongings,
I think
shoulder your packs.
we have a journey ahead of us.
Whilst we're going, Guillaume, I take it you're finding the meaning of life means that you sort of gotten over the bump of all dying.
Well, I figured out a way, right? I mean, I've been working with like this idea of we're all doomed to die. I was actually Torsten. You do something with the Crow Raven Queen lady, right? I mean, that's something that you're interested in.
Yeah, that's pretty much the center of me at the moment. Yeah.
That explains why we have some level of connection, even though you are from the other region of battles. That
Yeah.
escapes my mind at this moment, but it's lesser than the Shogun Dynasty, so it doesn't matter. But anyway,
Baroda.
yeah, that place. So as we what I was saying is, death seems to come for us all. This is what I was had found out from reading some text this afternoon.
Right. And you found that out by reading.
Yeah, I did. I don't appreciate your sarcasm, but yeah.
No practical experience at all.
Well, no, not really. No. I mean, I died once,
we'll
but
have to try harder.
I think I could escape it. Anyway. Now, guys, I'm gonna give you a heads up, right, from my enlightened opinion. But death is really lonely. When you go, there's nothing. There ain't no shiny gates. Ain't no nothing. It's just that's it. Oh, no, nothing. Stay plain sailing alone. So very, very sad. But since that's all coming for us, I, from reading this amazing book, I found a way to work with an organisation that allows you to never be alone, in death or in life.
Never be alone in... I'm not sure I can picture that properly.
What can I say to you? Read this book and it will change the way you think about the world.
Okay.
You know what, Guillaume?
You taking a look now before you leave?
I'm just going to support you.
No, I'll take a look on the boat.
Okay. No worries.
Glad you.
I'm very glad that you've managed to get over this part of your life and help yourself. Yes, very, very glad.
That being the key, life. Yes, loving it.
Amazing.
Do.
You shoulder your packs, tuck dogs into jackets, and make your way out into the heavily pouring rain. You see lightning crackle over the sky. It arcs over the net of arcane energy that surrounds Voltress. It strikes the surface of the protective arcane spell and just dissipates, tracing the outline of each incantation as it dissipates towards the white sea around the edge. That white sea, once pristine as you once arrived on Voltress, is now roiling and black like a thunderhead as Voltress sits across the cloud that it perpetually swims across. You make your way down through the rain, avoiding ducking into shelter where you can find it as you push on towards the docks. There are not a lot of people out and about, but a few people in wagons and carts making their way up the street, going about their jobs, ducking into alleyways, and generally avoiding being on the street in such a heavy downpour. You arrive at the dock front to see the last ship of the Order of the Fallen Wing, that small craft just sitting on the edge of a big stone wharf out towards the edge where you'd caught it earlier that day. You see Ellis Sharp stood on the edge of the boat waiting for you, as well as a couple of other members of the Order of the Fallen Wing. He waves. You guys coming?
Yep.
Ready when you are.
Stand up, ready to kick some dragon booty.
On our way.
You make your way along the docks, and it's at that moment you hear a voice from behind you.
Ooh.
It's the Absolute.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Torsten, Farengray, correct?
I turn around. Can I help you?
You turn to see a man you've met once before. He's holding a long spear down by his side, point into the ground. A man who introduced himself once as Ashlar. His eyes grey. You are a lot closer than you were when you met him in the bar, and now that you're looking into his eyes, you can see them. They're peaceful, but not in the way of like a nice conversation by a fire with a friend. In the sort of way that indicates an end to pain and suffering in the swiftest way possible. Peaceful. I have been ordered to bring you to death. One man of the Order of the Sentinels.
Sorry, who ordered you to do this?
That wasn't part of my orders to tell you that. And he raises a spear, brings it across his back, levels it at your chest, resting it across the back of his hand. Roll for initiative.
I will
Hey,
immediately draw weapons and stuff.
it was the guy in the pub. I remember
The guy in the
him.
pub! Oh my god!
Yeah. I just
My-
searched my notes for him.
Yeah, literally. My note says
Mhm.
Ashley, guy in the pub with spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I? Would Gwion have had time in that conversation, Joe, to have summoned an arrow into his quiver?
I'll say so, yeah.
Okay, cool. He
There
summons
was,
like a blue
there was
spectral arrow.
momentary
We are fighting him,
pauses of dramatic moments of for lightning
And-
to thunder crash across
Yeah.
the
You
surface.
gotta
All
let
of those
it
things.
happen. You gotta let it happen.
Yeah,
Oh my god, time to put freaking battle music on.
Yeah.
Battle music.
I mean, if we don't have Dragon
Let's go
Slayer on
duel
right now,
music.
missed opportunity.
Oh, Dragon Slayer music, you say?
Yo, this battle map is sick for all those viewers. We got a whole sick dock with like
And
Can't get the
buildings.
thing to do
I wasted
but,
plenty of my working day creating
Oh, you picked up your
little
armor, by the way.
tokens
Just
for us.
Yes.
Wait.
you picked
your
up your
pick.
armor, by the way, and you're re-kitted out in it. I know
Okay,
you
well,
didn't
that's good,
roleplay
thank
that
you.
moment, but you are sorted as far as that goes.
Excellent.
Okay.
I was
I-
under the impression that I wouldn't be fighting until I got off the boat, or at least had been on the boat for a while. So
Oh my god,
I,
why is yours massive? Sorry.
These ones are much
We
larger.
just listen.
I
know
think they're
it's all,
higher
but-
res images.
Yeah. That'd do it.
Um,
Yeah. Oh no, I misplaced his token.
Is it
But I
set
can
out
claim a
like this,
token.
Joe, where we have these like piers and then it's just the white ocean?
Hmm?
Like the white clouds? Is it literally
Yeah,
just
so
sky?
this is blue water.
Oh,
Usually,
so it's
it's no
water.
roiling. The water blends into cloud a little ways off dock.
Okay,
Um,
but it is water for this
like
bit.
that. Yeah, but yeah, the actual surrounding of Voltris is usually blue water.
Sure.
so yeah,
Let's go
when
let's
I
go
did
with
my
that.
leveling up, I was thematically going to do a lot of working out on the boat. But here we are.
Ah,
So I'll just be.
here we are. It's happened. Time to fight.
Here we are. It happened. So.
Here we are. It
How
happens.
high are
That's a lot
the
of-
cranes, by the way?
They're probably about 20 to 25 feet up to the square bit, and then
Easy. I could dunk that.
Have we short rested since the last scrap? Since the
Great.
core
You've
crash
long
race?
rested. You've long rested
long
since
rested. I
the
thought so,
core
but
bit.
we
have long rested.
Yeah,
Excellent.
you've long
That's
rested.
very
before you went
helpful.
to Genesis
That
I'm not
is-
going to die again.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, look at all those spell slots. Excellent.
Brilliant. We love that. Okay, 25 to 20.
Oh,
Or am I overestimating?
No.
Oh, we lost Ben.
no, I'm back.
Oh.
He said
Oh.
the word "oh," and I looked up and he was gone.
Yes.
I'm here.
Ooh. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, no. 25 to 20 ain't happening, bro.
Yeah, no,
Was
you,
that an
long
overestimation?
party for
even
that.
For
You don't-
you?
yeah, you don't have it, Ben, do you? 25 to 20?
No.
Okay, that's all good. 1 second. I'm just gonna be combat sheet. Combat sheet. Session notes. What a sesh.
What a sesh. So, guys, this video's sponsor is Forged at Home. We're a small
Oh my God,
local
Oh
blacksmithing
man,
company.
it practically is actually. Though.
Yeah.
They've helped us get to where we are today. I've got to
They really
say.
have. They really have.
If without them, you know, we wouldn't even have the story.
20 to 15.
I've got 19.
19.
Tasty.
Dun, 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 dun. Beyblade.
This guy's just gonna turn to Garen.
Demacia. Copyright.
Spinning. Let's fame blade.
Anyone got any good battle music that recommended for this?
Oh, I just got the classic dungeon, the D&D playlist on Spotify. Combat music.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's
kick that
called
up, actually.
the Benny Hill theme. It's a really good song. 2016.
Classic.
I'm listening
Love
to
the
it.
Benny Hill theme.
Benny Hill theme song. This is
Or
gonna be
Yakety
really-
Sack, also very good.
15 to 10.
Oh, Lucy, me, by the way, if you're talking. No, I got 10.
Woo. 10.
Me and Lewis both listening to the Benny Hill theme.
Hell yeah.
And for yourself, Shiv?
You're muted.
You're
Lewis,
muted.
You're muted.
He is indeed muted.
8.
Small indie
Ooh,
companies.
strong.
Ooh, solid maneuvers. Okay. 8.
I think you should listen to Blood on the Cobbles from The Witcher.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That sounds like an actually good recommendation.
I mean, it's not the Benny Hill theme. I'll tell you that.
It's not quite the Benny Hill theme, but you know,
Benny,
it'll do.
it doesn't quite fit the story.
Um,
It's close, not quite.
Okay.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Solid. Right. It is Ashler's turn in combat. Or the man. who
Yeah, I didn't
calls
think we'd
himself
go
that.
first.
Yeah, no, he got himself the 20s.
He does seem pretty nippy.
Yeah.
He is going to. The movement of this man as he moves towards you, he pulls the spear back over his shoulder and he launches it squarely straight forwards at you, Torsten, as he runs forwards.
How
He's
about-
going to make one attack roll.
No.
That is a 16.
Misses.
It glances off your
Clangs
shield and
into the shield.
it clangs into the shield and it bounces, ricocheting straight into the floor where it sticks. As you look up to indicate where he is in your eye line, you realize he's jumped and he lands straight down towards the spear, grabbing it, swinging around as he comes for another attack over his shoulder. The spear comes lashing out over the top of your shield for a
He's level
22.
22 will hit.
I'm gonna Siri Bobs it straight away because I don't like
Let's
this
go, baby.
No worries.
Let's go.
guy. No,
baby.
a reroll, please, and I'll give the power to Torsten.
That is a 10, so he misses on that one.
That misses.
He,
Love to see
as the blade strikes straight past your ear, the silvery barbs changing the path of it and the power imbuing right back into it, he looks over the edge of his blade towards you, Greyford, with a curious look in his eye, and he draws the blade back and settles into a defensive stance.
You know when he looks at me, can it be like this moment, like slow motion with the rain and the lightning?
Oh yeah.
And he looks to my eyes, the glow of orange piercing back, and he looks just below it, and there's a husky face. Just.
Oh no, he's in danger.
I've got a
yeah.
husky on me.
Mhm, yeah. He settles back into a defensive stance, and that brings us to Guion.
It's a goddamn monk.
Guion is going to. You've got this, Torsten. I've got your back. And he's going to move his 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And free interaction to like shout to the ship, Joe, or not?
Yeah, you can shout to the
Okay.
ship.
So, Golden Wing, we're being attacked for no reason. You're gonna help us out. And then he's gonna knock an arrow and draw his bow and shoot his blue shiny arrow at Ellis.
Alice should be in front of me, right?
Yeah, he's gonna plant his feet and just take a shot, and he's gonna shoot it in a fine gap right over Torsten's shoulder, barely, between his neck and his shoulder,
Yeah, it's nice.
with no penalty, which is great. And I'm going to use sharpshooter. So
Okay.
after practicing on the target earlier, so -5, +10 for a 21 to hit.
21
That's
to
with
hit.
the -5.
That's with the -5.
That will hit, but you will
Damn.
use deflect missiles.
Ooh,
So he's
okay,
going to reduce the
okay.
damage.
The damn monk.
Freaking monk!
Okay,
Frickin' monks.
How much damage is it total?
24 total.
Okay, he reduces it down to nothing. So he catches the arrow in one hand and he
Nothing.
snaps it.
It's a nuts ability.
He
Okay.
instead of throwing it back at you, he just pings the arrowhead into the floor at his feet.
Huh. Okay, Guion's just gonna plant himself there, stay calm, and get ready to knock the next arrow, and that's the end of his turn.
That brings us to Gruford's turn.
Growford Menodia. I will also move back. 5, 10, 15, 20. I will also call out as loud as I can. We did not start this. To the chip as well.
And yet I am here to end it.
He just wants. Why is he just so angry, bro?
He's a bit aggy.
Despite saying, you just said that he doesn't look angry at all. There is a absolute stillness to him.
Listen, just because he's really traumatized and can't express his anger openly, it doesn't mean he's not angry.
Just because he needs therapy doesn't mean he ain't angry.
Don't invalidate his feelings, Joe.
He doesn't have many left. That's. You've shouted the ship. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will. Okay. With the rain spewing down and the lightning crackling all around, in the air, the humidity, I'm almost going to pick out a small lightning trail. Obviously, it's not coming down here because we're protected.
Yeah.
I'm going to create one in the air and fire one towards this beard dude.
Nice.
Are you Uncle Ira redirecting lightning right now?
Hey, listen. metal Uncle Ira.
Whoa.
You got to
feel the flow. Oh, but that's a really terrible attack roll. It's a 9 to hit.
A 9 does not hit. He plants his spear firmly into the ground and the lightning crackles up it and just dissipates into the air above him. Grabs the spear and he levels it flat. He settles into a stance you're not quite sure about after that. It looks powerful.
He's just annoying, bro. Okay.
I don't like that.
How do you feel about getting quivering palmed, Lewis, at level 4?
I feel like it's not the best idea I've ever had. And I'm real glad that Silvery Barbs came through when it did, because I at least get to swing my hammer once, even if I miss.
Okay. I will stop. I will not do anything else.
Okay. No worries. That brings it to the men on the ship. You look back over your shoulder from your shout. You see that they're preparing the ship to depart rapidly, aiming to make a retreat rather than a combat. Elishop is giving orders and he's stepping off of the dock to help, but he's also caught up in the middle of... He took half of his turn and half of his movement to rearrange some of the things on the ship to make sure it was ready to go, and then the rest of his movement to get out onto the docks. So I will put him...
Well, I'm not going to be able to see it, but my god, imagine if he's scared of this guy.
You're not sure, but they're definitely preparing to leave.
If he's scared of this guy, then problems.
How long do you think it'll be until that ship is ready to go?
Roll a Arcana check for me.
Can I also roll?
Really,
yes, you can also roll an Arcana check for me.
Okay, that's not bad. 18.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
everyone but you.
The guy with the
18.
intelligence.
I rolled a 22.
22.
Damn.
That's no worries. You think it would probably take, with all of the deckhands who are currently working on it and Elishop stepping off, maybe 2 to 3 rounds. It's not.
Okay.
The sails are unfurling.
Okay.
You can hear the whir of the engine begin to build up. As it begins to spark into life, you see the engine underneath the water begin to whir and boil.
Okay. Alright, cool. Yeah, no worries. Is it my turn?
That will bring it to your turn at the end of the round.
I'll go look. You don't have to do this. I can... Look, we can settle this between me and your employer. You can keep you out of this. And I will... But if you insist.
Yeah.
And as I'm talking, I'll swing my hammer to the side and whip it up from like an underhand blow to try and catch him in the back, in like the lower ribs.
Cool.
With advantage or not?
Advantage from Silver Barbs, yes. It's your first attack.
Yes, with
Silver
advantage.
Barbs.
Cool. That was me checking for patient
It's
defense.
not broken at all.
Oh, you sod. 13.
He sidesteps it deftly. Yeah, he's looking to gain a little bit of distance, but you're not quite sure why.
Okay. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Yeah, with
Yes.
solid.
That increases my armor class to 20.
What does that look like?
That's true.
My Shield of Faith. It's a great question. I think that's a great question. I don't really know.
If you're talking Raven, I've got a suggestion. If you
Yeah, go for it.
so as a member of the Raven Queen's court, as the thing, it would be like an iridescent, slightly silvery blue shimmer of crow feathers that just alights across the surface of your armor.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Down for it.
Magically
Down for it.
reinforced armor across my body as I do this. Like, look, I need to get on that ship. So whatever you're doing, maybe just leave. I have a boat to catch.
That is not to my orders.
Okay, that's me doing action bonus action.
You
done.
just carried him. You asked for his manager and then said, "I've got a boat to catch."
Yeah, literally.
He settles back into his stance. You see him lift the blade flat across his chest. He
Oh,
places
gosh.
all 5 fingers flat across the blade, and you begin to see heat rise off the surface of the blade. It isn't burning, it is glowing with energy. He's not going to do anything this round, but this is something that we've talked about before, known as a flinch attack. So,
oh, right, okay.
as we talked about in our additional rules at the beginning of the campaign, we are implementing something called a flinch mechanic. Just like your big Dark Souls boss, they may wind up a larger attack, and in that time frame you can do whatever you like to try and get them to flinch, causing the attack to go awry or miss entirely. Currently, obviously, the subject of this target is Torsten, but that doesn't mean the rest of you are safe from this attack either.
Who knows what he's doing?
This is, at a glance, a fairly high flinch difficulty.
Okay.
And that is his entire move, which brings us to Guion. You see him winding up.
yeah. Okay. I would like to. Yeah, I'm going to go for the throat then, in that case. Seeing
Okay.
him wind up.
Yep.
So I'm going to instead plant my feet just as I had in the archery range. Take my time. And I'm going to aim a shot with very narrow margins, not sharpshooted, but very narrow margins, to try and hit the fingers that are slide it along the spear shaft,
Okay.
hitting the fingers that are gripping around it, forcing him to drop the weapon.
Okay.
And
That's a
nullifying
pretty
the effect,
difficult.
hopefully.
It's a pretty difficult movement, but
Yeah,
make an
yeah.
attack roll with. Make your attack roll.
And that is a 25. to hit.
25. That will hit.
That's tasty.
Yeah,
Yes.
Can
yeah,
he,
that's what I was
one
thinking.
second. Can he make a? He's got his
Can he make
reaction
it?
back, so he's gonna
He
take
does have his
his
reaction.
fingers off the top of the blade, and he's going to try and catch the arrow yet again with his deflect missiles.
Come on.
So is that versus my damage, right? To see if
That's
any
your
of that
versus
goes
your
through, is
damage. Yeah.
it? Yeah, okay. It's not bad damage, it's 15.
15.
Okay.
He. Oh, wait, how much?
He rolled that dice a lot of times.
Yeah, he did.
This is no ordinary deflect missiles. This ain't just 1d10.
That's not
This is
1d10 plus
5.
monk level.
He
Yeah.
is not to be fucked with.
I see that.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. He stops the arrow dead in its track yet again, but that will count as a flinch counter because he's took his hand off his weapon, and this
Yeah,
time
nice.
he's going to, in the slight annoyance, he's going to throw the arrow back at you.
Bring it.
Oh shit.
He's going to make an attack
Bring it.
roll.
Let's go, let's go.
For a 20.
Okay, never mind. Fuck.
And it's-
Yeah, that's...
His
We'll
mark-
Is
say
it,
again.
surely it can't hurt that much, right? It's not worth silver barbs, surely, right?
It's gotta be okay.
There's no way. There's no way.
He only rolls like 5d10 every time.
It's gonna deal
He'll be
no
fine.
damage. Like
You know
no,
what?
it's just me a graze. Like
Yeah, you know what?
tiny graze, just a tiny one.
And I did roll pretty low on it. That is 8 piercing damage.
Okay, that's still quite a lot, but yeah.
He's good.
As
He's
a
good.
bonus action, after the arrow comes back and hits, like I imagine my shoulder afterwards, bring the arrow out, reach into my side satchel, and pour some ointment on it as I second wind myself to heal myself.
Nice.
And then I'm also going to use my movement to continuously run back towards the ship since it's taking off and shout,
Torsten, maybe we should just hop on there, you know, better numbers and all. But I'll keep providing cover fire.
and I'm on that way.
Cool.
Oh, actually, I'm going to get behind the crates as well, so I have cover. That's the end of my turn.
Cool. So that brings it to Grover's turn.
Okay.
Oh,
I will. I'm only going to take like 5-10 feet back. And I will. I feel like we just have to do something to try and stop this guy from just plonking down.
What's the pier made of, Joe?
Stone.
Shame.
Yeah, sorry about that. They weren't going to fight you on the wooden dock now, were they? That would be
Yeah,
too easy.
exactly. That'd be too easy.
I
forgot we had a measure tool.
We do, we certainly do. We can measure
That is
whatever
not
we
an
want.
acceptable distance, I've got to say.
Okay, this is not a measuring contest.
I think I find mine's bigger, so...
I think you find mine is actually, if you just zoom out a little bit.
Jesus, is that 940 feet?
940 feet, that's pretty big actually. Yeah.
Damn.
What can I say, guys? You know, agree on. Member of the giant community.
LGB? Is it the G? Is the G for giant?
Yeah.
I will. I'll cast Witch Bolt again.
Okay.
Drawing the electricity out of the air. I will fire another Witch Bolt at this man. It's just really bad again.
Ugh.
For an 11 to hit.
You just silver
11. That will miss. Again, he doesn't even set. He just settles a little lower into his stance, placing after throwing that arrow, placing his fingers back onto the edge of the blade, and
Torsten.
that light just glows to a piercing standpoint. It's hard to look at.
Torsten, do you look like you're about to start backing up with us?
He is
He's currently not
currently.
here.
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Okay, I am going to use a couple sorcery points. And I'm going to quicken spell.
Magic.
I'm going to cast darkness.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it like here. I'm going to cast it on top of our dude. So it will also get Torsten in the darkness.
Okay.
Cast on an item, I think, Ben.
I can, yeah.
Okay.
You think you cast it? I want to.
No, you do what you want to do.
Okay. I don't want Torsten to be in it permanently, so I'm going to cast it on the dude.
You don't want to put him on internal darkness? That sounds kind of good, you know? Put
What,
Lewis in internal darkness forever.
What, have him walk along a small pier all the way in constant darkness?
I like
I
the
was
sound of
thinking
that.
in
It might
general,
just
you know,
be me.
forever.
At least he can maybe, because he knows which way we are, so maybe he can just run out. It'll be fine. And I'll cast Darkness Centered on this dude.
Okay, no worries. The
is-
darkness envelops around him. You can no longer see
Yeah,
the
15,
glow
but-
from the energy of it, but there is still that hum of power coming from that orb of darkness you've just summoned on the edge of the pit.
Okay. And I will take 5, 10, 15, 20 feet further.
Okay, no worries.
You got cover.
Nice.
Keep cover.
Keep cover. This is.
Cool.
It feels really bad playing non-martial classes, bro.
I'm just gonna hide, duck and run, bro.
Literally.
Ella Sharp is going to take a few steps forward. He's going to take his full movement forwards, You see him bring his shield to bear. As I said before, it's this great big bladed great shield that he just plants firmly on the ground, and that is what he's going to do. He's going to count that as a flinch for everybody behind him as he's blocking an area of effect attack with his own subclass. So you simply just walk forward, strides forward, he plants his shield, like, Torsten, get behind me. And he's gonna plant his shield, and that's going to be his entire turn. So that brings us to Torsten's turn.
Cool. Okay. Torsten's turn. Torsten knows exactly. Look, Torsten's going to step forward and be like, right.
He's swallowed in darkness.
You are swallowed in darkness.
Sorry. And Torsten's going to look. Oh, if he's swallowed in darkness, does that mean he can't see me?
He can't technically see you, no, but that is...
Which means I don't need to use my action to disengage.
As far as you know, you don't need to use your action to disengage.
As far as I'm aware, attacks of opportunity can't happen against the target you can't see, so I'm just going to run. And be like, look, it's been a pleasure. And I'm going to start sprinting. I'll probably take my action to dash.
Trying to get the other side of the shield.
Full 60 feet, so I can actually get equivalent with Guion.
Nice.
Wow.
He's spinning, right?
That's your whole turn?
Action, yeah, that's it.
Cool. Stay. Wrong measure tool. Right.
That darkness was clutch.
Cool.
Very welcome.
He is going to dash forwards in a perfectly straight line. The first thing you notice is the tip of the blade penetrate out of the dark sphere that you'd summoned around him. The blade rushes forwards, and this streak, this roaring presence just hits the back of your ears. It is like someone has cut the air before him as he moves forwards. The impact hits Ellis Sharp square in the center of this shield, and you hear the clang of metal on metal, this rending sound as both him and you, Torsten, are pushed an additional 10 feet straight backwards. Sorry, I can't actually meet him. There we go. He goes 15, and you go back another 10, and he ends up here. As this blade just comes rushing downwards, this scream of energy, and you were all hit by at least some of this. Him, Ellis Sharp, blocking as the center of the damage attack here takes the majority of it, which is fortunate. But for the rest of you, you also take considerable amount of damage.
Does my cover behind the wooden boxes help me at all?
Unfortunately not.
No, that's a shame.
Fun,
we tried. Down again.
You each take 18 piercing damage.
Woo! Damn.
18? Ben's almost dead.
That armor class has nothing to do with this, right?
No, unfortunately not. You also take 4 necrotic damage, Torsten, but no one else.
Okay.
As he slams into the impetus of the steel, there's this rending of steel. You see the Ellis Sharp's shield just cleft in two right in front of them. The blade goes straight through the center of it, pierces through Ellis Sharp's shoulder and out the other side of it. As he swiftly draws the sword back out, the spray of blood splatters into the air. He plants the spear firmly into the ground. Breathes out, and you see the steam, like cold mist, pour from his mouth into the air. You, Guion, can suddenly tell that is an undead thing. The presence of unlife settles through the air as he breathes out. That cold mist is only accompanied by things that have lingered too long in life.
Is it in...
Wait,
he takes a step. Takes a step backwards.
Oh no, I can't do that. Shit.
Leveling his spear yet again. And that brings us to the top of the round with... Oh no, wait. Yeah. Back to the top of the round.
He is the top of the round.
With, back to the second person in the round. And you'll forgive
Let's
me.
go!
Guion, you go, ow. The air is ringing in your ears. You can feel the aftermath of that pure energy just rushing through your body. Even not being struck directly by the spear, you were hurt by that force.
I believe Joe Guion is totally blind. If we all took damage from that. and Evie
Yes.
hadn't moved, according to what I have.
Yeah. Yeah, if Evie hadn't moved,
Oh,
she was
dear.
definitely would have suffered the effects of that
I mean,
check.
that's on me. I should have moved her.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh, guys, pretty sure that guy's undead, and I can't see a fucking thing. So I'm just gonna shoot roughly where I think he was.
You watch of arcane feathers just dissipate as Evie gets
shit.
caught up in the blast of it, and just scatters into fine silvery ash that dissipates in the rain.
I think based on where the clan was, you are here.
I'm just gonna shoot an arrow. Disadvantage.
Make an attack roll disadvantage, yeah.
I'm not gonna charge to this, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Wait. I am going to. You call out that you're blind, and as you fire the arrow forwards, I am momentarily going to try and take time and manipulate it in a way that gives you a tiny bit of vision and take away your disadvantage.
Like, I think that I get the last glimpse of Evie's eyes, and like she hot
As
like
they're
her-
going,
yeah.
yeah.
Like it suspends in time slightly
Pause
for
it
a
for a
moment, even
second.
after the damage. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
In that case,
really cool.
that's huge. That's a 21 instead.
21, that'll definitely hit.
Okay, is he gonna catch it?
He's not going to catch it this time.
Let's go!
Oh.
Let's go! He's gonna let me hit him. In that case, that's 11 points of piercing damage.
We haven't done a spot of damage to him.
That was the first damage you've done to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And with that, Leon's gonna go. The ship is this way. What do I have to roll to get to the ship? I mean, I have a rough idea where it is because I was facing one way, and I've done a 45-degree turn to shoot him. I'd have a rough idea.
Roll me a perception check with advantage.
With advantage.
Yep.
Okay. That is.
Can I use my thing to negate his advantage previously?
That is a 11.
11. Ooh. Okay.
Now I'm just going to remind you. 10 is average, and I am above average with this. The average
Barely.
blind
You
man.
said that before, haven't you?
The average blind man would be lost here, but
I'm
Creon is
gonna
one
roll-
above that.
I'm going to roll a d4. 1 is the
gonna
direction
go
you want
that
to go. 2 is
Towards the
upwards.
ship.
3 is right. And 4 is down.
Oh shit. Okay, so it's got a 50% chance of not putting me in water.
You got a 3. And because you're blind, I'm going to consider this difficult terrain. So you can only
Yeah,
move,
yeah.
I'm going to say 2 spaces because you're also trying to climb over boxes, and you
Yeah,
then
yeah, so I'm
realise that's too many boxes, and that there wasn't boxes in the way you're going. But that is your entire
Guys.
movement.
Guys, I'm fucked.
Oh, God.
Help me out, please.
Oh no.
I
I'm
was
gonna
like,
action surge dash and try and run again to the ship.
yeah, go for it. I put 12 as the difficulty
Oh my
was on
God.
succeeding for the perception check, and you rolled an 11.
Can you reroll it? Do I reroll another perception check? Do
Yes,
you reroll
roll
a
me
D4?
roll me another perception check with a. I'll lower the DC because you've already failed in one direction once, so you know the ship isn't that way.
Okay. Yeah, with advantage again, right?
Yes.
22.
22. That'll definitely do it. You get
But
to
then I
move your
climb back
15.
to my original space.
You move 15
Let's
foot. You can
go.
move one more because
Okay,
you know.
cool.
Yeah, you've made progress.
I believe that also triggers an attack of opportunity if he can take reactions. But he also
That
didn't catch
will.
my shot.
He didn't catch
so-
your shot, so he will take his attack of opportunity to
Sure.
make an attack roll against you. The spear
It's
lashes
good, you're
out.
just baiting it out so everyone else can run past.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. I got you guys.
Yeah, the spear lashes out over his shoulder, extending to its full length of 15 feet as you run away, and it catches you just in the side of the shoulder with an 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that is 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
He's fine. He's
Not
fine.
even low. I'm not,
Not
even
even
low.
low,
I'm not
baby.
even low. Famous last words of last time. Not
Okay.
even low.
That brings it to Griffith's turn. The
The
Minotti man.
Minotti man
The Minuteman.
will.
Minute.
I will.
Minute.
Step here.
Minutemen rework. Got it. Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, sure, let's just do it. It's probably the best thing I can do. I will cast Rhymes Binding Ice this way. So catching
Solid.
him right on the edge
I like
as a
it.
blast, as all the raindrops in the air suddenly freeze as a cone of cold, well, not cone of cold, but
Yeah.
cone of cold,
That's sick.
blasts
That's sick.
out in front of him. So, could you please make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Sure.
Tara, eat a heart out right now.
Constitution saving throw. You got a 16.
I'm going to silvery barbs this saving throw
Okay.
and try to make him re-roll it.
Come on.
He rolled a 16 this time plus the 3, so
Okay.
he's gonna shrug it off the effects of Brian's running. He still takes damage though, doesn't he?
I'll give the advantage to Sam, or
Thank
Guion.
Guion.
He does. He takes half damage. I was more hoping
half
for the
damage,
lack
nice.
of movement with it.
Yeah.
But he has
Does it
also
make any
used
of
his
it difficult
reaction.
terrain, or is that?
Too low of a spell. for
No,
that.
it's just if
Yeah,
they
just
get
takes-
hit by it, their movement reduces 0.
Cool, no worries. Perfect.
What you shall take.
Well, horse to the hotel road, I'm gonna ride.
17 divided by 2, so if you round up, you say
Up.
down.
Yeah.
Up. So
Did I'm down.
17 divided by 2 is 9.
It's gone.
9. Nice. Okay, cool. No worries. The ice crackles across his body, and he spins the spear and plants it yet again into the ground, and then grabs it with a forehand and the backhand grip back by his side. He's about to bring it round again. But before then, it is the
Well,
crewman's
first of all,
go.
I'm going to run away more.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Then 15, I can actually get onto the ship.
He has no
And I
reactions.
will-
You can get onto the ship. Yeah.
I'll get onto the ship and start saying, Guion, this way, follow my voice.
Thank you, Groford.
Cool. Nice. That brings it to Torsten. The members of the crew on the ships go. They're going to be fixing the thing. Then it's Ella Sharp's go, who's going to stagger backwards, blood pouring out of his shoulder over his
not
chest
having a
plate.
good day.
The split shield on his arm now absolutely useless. He well, that is. Go ahead, attack. You've got that, and he's going to back up to the fucking ship because he doesn't understand. He's gonna run backwards to the ship and he's gonna start barking orders. He's like starts wrapping bandages around his arm and he starts wrapping some of the sheets up with the other as he starts undoing the sails of the ship. That brings us to Torsten's go.
Okay, I'm gonna use my action. Well, I'm gonna grab Guillaume. And at half movement, can I get him onto the boat?
At half movement, ooh, roll yourselves a dexterity check, both of you.
Okay.
I know it is technically the right
Dexterity.
amount of movement, but it is a pretty tricky leading a blind person mid combat with a guy with a spear chasing.
Oh, I wasn't gonna lead him. I was gonna pick him up and carry him. Guillaume, you're coming with me. Get on the boat.
Yeah, sure. Roll a strength check for me. He's quite
That's
heavy.
better.
Yeah.
See, that's what I like to hear. Strength or athletics? Sorry, just didn't.
Just an athletics check for me.
Let's
Athletics.
go! Proficiency bonus!
Oh, you fucking serious?
And,
That was a nat 1. That's 8.
oh no.
Okay, so
Both going in the water.
I
make
just
it 2 here
boosted
and
my
then back
strength. I
again.
was like, oh god.
So you've carried him back to the plank of the ship as it's beginning to set off. You see the bow of the ship begin to move around as the engines are slowly picking up power.
Can I try and use my action to toss him?
Somebody
Like a
toss it.
guinea?
Yeah, make another athletics check for me.
Okay. As we realise that I'm not going to make it on at the same time as him, so either one of us is going to get on. I'm going to try
Yeah.
and toss him without me.
Go for it. Make your
That's
athletics
much
check.
better. That's an unnatural 20.
Nice.
You go one hell of a yeet, and you throw him over the. There's probably about a 5 to 10 foot divide between the actual wharf and the ship itself. As you throw him, he like tumbles over the edge of the balcony and onto the actual deck of the ship itself. He is safe and on board. You, however,
I'm going to turn to face the assassin.
Oh, the aura.
At
Yeah,
the-
the aura
at
is
the
strong.
plank.
The aura is very strong.
perfect. At this moment, you see him turn his head and look up into the sky. As you also do so, you follow his eyes as you see a silhouette drift through the rain. There's something flying up there, and as you watch, it drifts around and it lands squarely in front of you. A griffin made of black and white with a dragonborn sentinel on his back. Alistair Grays and his faithful companion, the griffin, Mort. He steps out onto the dock in front of you. Well, kid, looks like you got yourself in some shit.
Be careful, Alistair. This is no foe to be trifled with.
I recognize that spear. You know how I told you about my commander who was killed by a spear through the heart? That's exactly that spear. You need to run, Torsten.
I'm out of movement. I'm out of movement. I can't run.
That's all right. It's time to rebuild, but for now, I'll hold the line.
Be careful.
He takes a step forward and he swings his mace over his nose. You see this ring as if someone has strung a massive bell over his head as this mace comes arcing over with divine energy. It strikes into the chest of the foe in front of him, and you see this flash of golden feathers as they burst across the surface of the attack. That attack will hit for a considerable amount of damage. Okay, nice. Write that down. The figure steps backwards. Ashla. And who might you be? You are not my target. Graves takes just a moment and says, I thought you were here for a member of the Fallen Wing, not some boy who hasn't even finished the initiation. I am the member of the Sentinels. You're here to hunt me.
Alistair, is that you? He's undead, by the way. Watch out.
Good to know.
Says beyond from the ship.
A distance.
Alistair will pat Mort on the flank, and Mort will fly off. Not much of a combat bird.
Meow.
And then it will be Ashler's turn for the top of the round. He's going to take 2 steps forwards, swinging the spear overhead, bringing it down in one big swift arc. Strikes down towards Grays. He's going to make his attack roll. That is a hit. The blade sinks through his shield, cutting just a swath out of Gray's arm. As he shoves the blade away, the attacker is going to make another attack roll. He delivers 3 swift jabs that just impact into Gray's chest and armor. He blocks a few of them, but some of them sink past his guard, taking nicks and cuts out of him as he staggers backwards under the onslaught of a superior attacker. He looks outclassed, but really determined. Which makes it Guion's go.
Does someone explain what's happening? What are we doing? Are we fighting from the ship? Is Alistair gonna be okay? Just shout my direction, Groford, since you're next to me, I think, and I'll shoot that way.
When he's going to knock an arrow and hold his action for Groford to say.
That makes it Groford's turn, yep.
Okay. What do I have to use to go? Is that your
12 o'clock.
clock, basically, literally 12 o'clock, and can I grab Guion's shoulders and angle him correctly?
It's still I'm going to say that's an
action?
attack roll with the help action. So I don't understand. That can't really be a straight attack roll. So I'm going to say -5 to the attack roll, but as a flat attack roll.
It's probably better if I just attack, but I'm going to
do it. Yeah.
Considering how low class this enemy is, we might as well just go a bit goofy, you know?
Yeah.
Are you? So it's not flat. It's -5.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sharpshooting it, so it's -10. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
Sharpshooting blind is wild.
It's
That
kind of
is-
wild.
No way it's a natural 20.
That's 1.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
the other one. Got it.
I mean, it was a 3 + 8 - 10.
Doesn't
to
how much
1.
health you've got.
That's impressive.
Nice.
I'm alright. I'm
I'm gonna
I'm
say
at
the arrow.
AC 20 with 14 hit points at the moment.
Okay. The arrow harmlessly clatters against the stonework rather than your teammate. But yes, that is all good. The engine is starting to whir up. And you see the starting to see the plank drift. It's starting to turn to the right as the whole contraption is starting to move. I can't. Oh, there we go. I can max select everything. Starting to drift a little bit of ways.
Oh.
As the engines begin to rev up and Ellis Sharp is beginning to give harsher orders as things get more and more desperate. Which brings it to, I believe, that was Grover's turn to direct him. Yeah, so that brings it to
So
Torsten's
that's
turn.
the ship people and then
Oh,
me.
Our
Right?
DM has died momentarily. Brace your heroes.
Oh dear, we lost the DM.
Okay, there we go.
Guess we win then.
Guess we
You
won.
don't.
Oh no.
Think again. Yeech.
Can we loot the bodies, please?
Sorry, whose bodies are you looting? Your teammates?
The undead one.
Got it. Perfect. That brings it to Torsten. You'll go.
Cool. Torsten will jump to the ship,
Okay. No
turn
worries.
around and say, Alistair, run! We need you. We don't need to fight.
As you begin to jump, could you make a dexterity saving throw because this plank is pretty loose?
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, fuck off.
Your rolls today, Torsten, have been atrocious.
Dex
That
isn't
would-
his thing.
That would be a 4.
As you jump onto the plank, taking 2 death strides, it begins to peel out from underneath you. The edge of it, the plank sliding, and coming out from underneath you. You're beginning to fall into the water.
Can I use my action for anything to catch myself or similar? Let me see what I've got here.
Yeah, let me see what you've got.
Do a thing.
Not a lot. I don't think alarm will be much use.
Panic! I'm in distress. I am in distress.
I could try and hook the head of the hammer over the railing.
There isn't much of a railing to grab. You're currently like in the middle of a plank, 15 foot long.
Can I
just
react?
think.
That doesn't
reaction,
help. No.
Reaction throw rope.
You can try.
I
Actually,
actually don't have anything.
Rofit, could you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
No, I can't. I suck at
No,
this.
I would really appreciate it if
Oh!
you make a wisdom saving throw for me.
I rolled an 18.
Oh.
There's the oddest of sounds. Above the rain and above the sound of your own mechanical workings, you hear this loud ticking noise, much like you heard when you were in your dream.
Oh.
It peals for one last sulfurous tick, like just a big final peal of an ancient system, and you realize the rope's already there. It's already around Torsten.
Intended.
It falls into your hand, Torsten, right in front of you as you grab hold of it and begins to pull you along with the rest of the ship. It gives you the stability to make the rest of your movement aboard the boat.
What the hell?
Um.
I'm a little nonplussed, but I will turn, hanging from the side of the ship like Jack Sparrow, point my hammer at the assassin and say, "You came here for me. You think you can catch me?" And I will cast Compel Jewel on the assassin.
Ooh.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw, correct?
Yeah, wisdom save. It's worth a try. If you can get disadvantage against...
He shrugs it off with a 15
Yeah,
to
worth a
space.
try.
I can cast silvery barbs one last
Okay.
time.
Sure.
Love that.
8 plus 4, but he's going to use his legendary resistance.
Oh, he's got a legendary.
Just
No, he
Shrug it
doesn't
off.
need to. 8 plus 4 is my DC.
Is it? Okay. worries.
Yeah, I've only ever spaced. I'm not a caster. I've got a spell save DC of 13.
That's fair. That's fair.
Isn't it based off your charisma modifier?
Yeah,
Okay.
my charisma is only 16, so +3.
8 plus, yeah, fair. Yeah. No, he's got me there. That brings it to Alistair's go, who's going to take one step backwards, but he's not turning to jump towards the ship. In fact, he looks briefly over his shoulder and goes, "Well, Torsten, you asked if I could hold the line one more time. This is my line. Go, rebuild what I abandoned." He draws his hammer, his mace from his side, shield at his side, and he charges towards as the boat begins to drift away. Slowly, you watch as there is a cascade, a flurry of blows exchanged between two very skilled and very deft partners, but you can see that there is clearly an imbalance of power between the two of them. You do see someone else step onto the docks behind him, but it's hard to tell exactly who that is amongst the rain as it gets thicker and thicker as you drift further and further away. You hear the occasional, as you're getting further away, it means the mist and the rain the ringing of armaments against each other, as well as the occasional gunshot beginning to ring out through the air. Some heavy gunpowder sounds that are just you're not quite sure who those belong to, but it's clearly that there is a larger fight beginning to break out on the docks. As you slowly lose sight of Vulturous, leaving it behind for one last time, drifting towards the heart of the Dragon, the airship of the Order of the Fallen Wing, you hear again the hum of power begin to reverberate through the air. There's the briefest moment where you can't hear the rain anymore, for the hum of this power is stronger than it was when you dived straight down the walkway towards you. And then all of that power coalesces into one point that just splits straight upwards. You see the rain and the cloud above Vulturous divide as you see night sky and the twin moons of Vulturous silhouetted against the clouds that are now in two pieces. And that is where we'll end today's session.
We just dodged getting killed by Zorro.
That may be so.
That's some One Piece anime shit right there. And I've just also had a Luke Skywalker moment.
Mm-hmm. You had your Luke
as my
Skywalker
mentor
moment.
is killed in front of me by a dark person. If that's my father, I'm going to be so pissed
I was
off.
just going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Perfect.
And who the hell knows?
There we go. God, revelations and revelry, brutal combats, in interesting characters. Thank you for listening to More Than a Story. I hope you enjoyed, and follow us on all of those social media things that are really important to those sorts of things that have content and followers. But I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
We'll be on Truth Social next.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This
No
is
matter.
this is actually session 1 though, guys, of the campaign. Like the rest,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was literally the tutorial. That
Yeah,
was
it
the
was the
tutorial,
prologue.
and I died in the
Sorry.
tutorial. How
Graham,
embarrassing!
did it feel like a tutorial? Did it? Did it?
The fact that we had Golden Wing all the time did make
Bro,
it feel very
I
sick.
died in the cutscene of my own video.
Now that is skill.
That's a brutal intro.
Yeah.